The market moves down into key support. Can the bulls defend? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we talked about the fact that the market broke some key support, and we were looking for it to continue to move down towards the 5450 area, then bounce, and then move down a little bit further in a bigger B wave. And so far, that's what we're seeing as the market did move down into key support. So now the question is, can the bulls hold? I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, with the market moving into key support, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1 hour futures chart for the S&P 500. Yesterday, we talked about the break of the 236 at the 5440 area, and we need to move down into the 5450 area to complete this A wave. They came down and tested a very key support level at around 5510 or so. They got a little bit lower than that but couldn't break through. That is the top of the gap on the SPX. We would look for them to break through, and if they do, I would expect a pretty swift move down to 5458, 5450, and then we'll see if the bulls can hold that lower end of that support. The bounce today looks a lot like a wave 4, whether it's wave 4 of A, because A waves can be 5 waves, or it's a wave 4 of C of A. But either way, it's a wave 4. And then we're looking at the potential for this to be a wave 5 of A down into that 5460 area. From there, we'd look for a small bounce back up towards the 5560 to 70 area, and then down in C of B toward 5335 to 5400 in that 618 to 50% retrace zone, back to test this breakout area that we've been talking about, this blue box at the lower end or at the middle here of the chart for that deeper B wave. So they come down, test that, and then we look for them to move higher into this C wave up around the 5800 to 5850 area to complete a bigger wave 5 off of this wave 4 low down here. Now the alternate count, and it is playing out potentially, is that they can make a 5-wave structure down. Now this is starting as a 5-wave structure, 3, 4, and 5, but that would just be a wave 1. Then we'd look for a corrective bounce. Then you'd look for 3, 4, and 5 to break support. So they want to break 5250 down here, come down, test these lows, and give us a wave 1 of C, and then we look for a bounce from there, and then down in a much bigger correction. That will be the primary count if we get this full 5-wave pattern down. Otherwise, we would expect the B wave to hold again in that 5350 area or so, and then push higher up towards 5850 to complete wave 5. Over on the NASDAQ. Now, again, on the NASDAQ, we've been talking for a while now about how much weaker it is. It has not gotten above its 764. It is a pretty clean AB. This was a C wave look down. We've gotten a C wave look down. We would expect them to continue to push lower into this 18400 area. I would expect the low end of this to hit given where ES needs to get to, and that also tests their breakout area in this support box I have drawn on here. That would be the B wave potentially of a move higher if they're going to do that. But again, I do think it's possible that we have ES make a new high where NQ may just come back up and double top here or make a slightly higher high and then turn down.
So again, the NQ is weaker all the way around. It did not get above its 764. It has a pretty clean setup to the downside. It does have the potential to turn this into a 5 waves where this is a leading diagonal. This is a wave 2, and we're starting a wave 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then at that point, we could shift to a more bearish outlook where they turn down overall. But for now, we're looking for a pullback into the 18.7 to 18.4 area, looking at the 18.4 as more likely, a little bit deeper into this breakout zone that they will retest, and then back higher, either in a double top or if they do break out over the 764 strongly, we could look at them going to the 21.8 to 22,000 area. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link. It'll take you right over to our webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible monthly plans that both come with a 7-day free trial, and that's because I want you to get in there. Make sure you love it. Make sure it's for you. Become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time, and you literally have nothing to lose by checking us out. We also have our Elliott Wave educational courses, our beginners course here and our advanced Elliott Wave course. They're helping traders understand these complex markets. In the advanced course, we're going through more complex patterns like advanced fib, diagonals, double and triple threes, flats, triangles, things like that that are more complex in the market. You don't see them quite as often, but they can make it really confusing. And it really helps traders understand. As you can see on the screen, Our people are really loving it and it's helping them make money. But if it's a little bit too advanced for you, we also have our Elliott Wave for Beginners online course. And this course is helping real traders make real money and finally understand the market in a way that makes sense. It can be so confusing when good news makes the market go down and bad news makes the market go up. And this is because Elliott knew that the news cycles didn't matter long ago. He knew that key levels did, and he knew what happened when those key levels held and when they broke. This gives you a huge trading advantage over the rest of the market. This course here is 25 videos where we go through 3 different parts. We give you an introduction to Elliott Wave Theory, go through the KISS method, mindset and emotion, all the things you need to know on trading in Elliott Wave as a beginner. Then we do your chart setup and tools where we go through all the tools you need to use, how we use them, and why we use them. And we do our Elliott Wave for Beginners area where we go through all of the waves, how to measure them, how to find them, how to understand them, find these key levels, and finally make sense of an irrational market. Now, the cool thing about these plans is if you want to get them for a discount, you can get both of them at the same time in our bundle pack for $37 off. Or if you want to get them for free, simply join one of our monthly rooms as they are included in that price. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go through all of the charts, all of the counts, and go through exactly where we are. And we go through a big picture view and go through different charts such as gold, Nvidia, and everything else so that you can kind of see a bigger picture of the market. That video alone I think is worth the price of admission. It's usually about 30 to 45 minutes and I answer all of your questions. And we also have the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ and we swing in day trade. So we do trade quite often in my room. Now if you're looking for futures trading, individual stocks, income trading, or advanced training, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as those individual stocks and futures trading. And you get his income method that he just crushes the market with, as well as his reduced risk binary method that gets you in at a cheap price and gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures that trade that's so unique. Something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. All right, our key takeaways for today. ES is sitting on key support. If they can break down through that 5,500 level, we would look to see 5450 pretty quickly, as they would come down to the bottom of that gap on the SPX, and we would look for the bulls to hold there, as that would be a common A of B target. Then we look for a B wave bounce as well as C down after that. If, however, they can continue in a 5-wave structure to the downside, we would turn to a more bearish outlook and a much bigger correction. Over on the NASDAQ, much weaker overall. They are looking for a C wave to continue down into the 18,700 to 18,400 area. From there, we'll see what kind of bounce we get. If we get a corrective bounce, we would look for lower. And if we get an impulsive bounce, we could see a C wave up into the new highs at 21,800 to 22,000. If we get a 5-wave move to the downside, that would turn us into a more bearish overall outlook and a much bigger correction. Guys, that is your market update for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.